Purohit and welcome in the second lecture of Strength of Material. We have started this series keeping in mind that how to prepare for the GATE examination for Strength of Material. In our previous class, we have seen the syllabus as well as we have also started some basics of mechanics which are really important before we formally start the chapters of Strength of Material like plane stress and strain. So if we take a recap of our previous class, we have done some joints, let's pin joint, fixed joint and roller joint. Here I am showing picture of a pin joint and I'm representing that if I will remove the joint, put the forces instead of this joint when I'm calculating the reactions, there will be two forces. For example, if this is A, this will be let's AX and AY. But in case of a fixed joint, when I am removing the joint, in addition to these two reactive forces, there will be a moment because this is a fixed joint. Similarly, in case of a roller joint, when I remove the roller joint, I will apply only one force and the direction of this force is always perpendicular to the direction of this channel. If the channel is slant, the direction of this force will be perpendicular to this channel. That we have already covered in the previous class. In addition to that, we have also seen different types of forces, for example, point load, uniformly distributed load, as well as the variable loading. In case of uniformly distributed load, suppose it is acting at a length of L and I am interested to make an equivalent load. So what I can do, I can make a single point load, I can remove the uniformly distributed load and the magnitude of this force will be W into L, as well as the position will be at the center of this loading. Similarly, in case of a variable load, the load becomes the area. If I am interested to make a point load, what I will do, I will put a point load and the magnitude of this point load will be area of this triangle. For example, if this is L and this is W, so my load will be WL by 2 and the position of this load will be at the centroid of this triangle, which will be B by 3 distance. B means the base. So it will be at L by 3 from this side. So that part we have covered. So let's start today's class. We are going to cover some numerical problems so that our concept will become more concrete. I will try to explain you the free body diagram. I will also try so that we can get some numerical result, but my focus will be that how you make the free body diagram and how you can write the equation so that you can apply this philosophy for different problems. And for your practice, I am giving some links in the description box. There you can select the problem for practice. I am trying to solve some 4 or 5 problems in today's session. So this is our first problem and we are interested to find moment at point E. What is our first job? First job, always make the free body diagram. Once you have the free body diagram, the next job is to write the equation for static equilibrium. So if I will make the free body diagram of this bar, this is a fixed joint and I know that if I am removing the fixed joint, conventionally I have to apply 3 forces, 2 force and a moment. What about the direction? Don't worry. I don't know the direction, so I can put any direction. Numerical value will tell me whether I am correct or not, and this is my moment. There is only one additional external force, so 100 Newton. Apart from these forces, there is no any other force. So let's write the equation for static equilibrium. That means I can balance the horizontal force. I can write the equation for the vertical force as well as for the moment. In case of horizontal force balance, there is only one horizontal force, that is Ex. So it will be 0. In case of vertical force balance, I know Ey, which is acting upward. So let's assume upward positive and downward negative. So it will be minus 100 is equal to 0. That will give me Ey is equal to 100. Now the moment. I can balance the moment at any point in my system. But normally we prefer a point where the maximum forces are passing. So let's take the moment at point E. When I will write the equation, I know that Ex into 0, Ey into 0. So no need to write these two terms. Only Me and the moment because of the 100 Newton. But here if you will see carefully, the line of action of 100 Newton is also passing from this point. So the effect of 100 Newton will also nullify, and ultimately in my equation I will write that minus Ey, and why minus? Because I am assuming whatever moment clockwise should write positive and counterclockwise negative. So I will put minus Me and then nothing else because 100 is also not there. So my AME is also coming out 0. That means there will not be any moment at point E because of this 100 Newton force. And why so? Because the line of action is passing from this point. Instead of point A, if 100 would have been passing from B or somewhere here, there will be definitely a moment, but I am not solving that problem right now. So this was your first problem. Let's see next problem. Here I am showing two problems. Let's start with the left one. In the left problem, this is your beam which is fixed here. Let's assume that this is point A, point B, then C, and this is your point D. And how many external forces? Two external forces. One, variable load of intensity 24 acting for a length of 6 meter. Second one is the uniformly distributed load intensity 8 acting for a length of 10 meter. And I am interested to get the reaction at point D. So first make the free body diagram. Once you will make the free body diagram, the next job is simple. You have to just write the equation for the force balance. So in this case also, let's start with point D. It is a fixed joint. So I know that I have to apply three forces. I don't know the direction, so I can put any direction. And moment, let's take the clockwise. The force on AB, it will act at the centroid of this triangle. And I know that the centroid will be B by 3 from perpendicular side. So it will be at 6 by 3 means 2. So this distance will be what? It will be 2 meter. Magnitude, area of this triangle. So 1 by 2 into base into height. That is 24. It will give you 72 meter. Now the uniformly distributed load. Uniformly distributed load again will act at the center of this line, so 10 meter. So it will act at a distance of 5 meter from this side. And the magnitude will be what? 8 into 10, that is 80. So now I am having my free body diagram and I can write the force balance equation and I will get my unknowns. So let's write with the horizontal force balance. How many horizontal force? Only one horizontal force, that is dx. So it will be 0. Vertical force balance, dy acting upward. So let's put upward force positive. So dy positive, and two downward force 80 and 72 both are acting downward. So this is my second equation which will give me that dy will be what? Plus 150 Newton. That means whatever direction I have assumed is correct. Now the moment balance. I can balance moment here, here, here or anywhere. But as I said that we prefer the point where we are having maximum forces. So let's do it at point D. So when I will do the moment balance at point D, I will get that the dx into 0, dy into 0, moment md, and let's assume that the clockwise moments will write as positive and counterclockwise will be negative. So I will put plus md because I have assumed it as clockwise. Now what is the direction of the moment because of the 80 Newton, which we can understand, and for that what we can do, let's make a small diagram. This exercise we have already done in our previous class, but let's do it again to find the direction of this movement. This is my pin joint and 80 Newton is acting here. So what will happen? Because of the 80 Newton, the whole system will rotate in the clockwise direction. So it will be a clockwise movement and the magnitude will be what? Magnitude will be 80 into 5. Then I am having another force which is acting here. It is also downward, so it will also try to rotate the whole system in the clockwise direction. But when I am seeking the moment because of this load, I will forget about 80 Newton. It is also going to rotate it in the clockwise sense. And what is the perpendicular distance? This, the total distance is 10 and this is 2, so this will be 8. So I will get that 72 into 8 is equal to 0, and this is also positive. When I will solve this equation, I will get md, but my md will comes out negative. Why? Because these two are positive. That means whatever direction I have assumed is not correct. I can see that the moment applied by the support on the beam will be in the counterclockwise sense. So this is all about the second numerical. Let's do the third problem. Here we are having a beam and we are applying only a moment. This is the new thing in this problem. We are not having any force here, just there is a single moment or couple is acting on the system. And let's make the free body diagram. So in case of free body diagram, this is a fixed joint and conventionally I will apply that this is point A, B and C. So this will be AY, this is AX and a moment. What would be the direction of the moment? I don't know. Okay, let's take it clockwise. So I am assuming it clockwise and writing it as a MA. and this is my external moment of 20 Newton meter, no other force. So let's write the equation for horizontal force balance. Please understand, once you will have the free body diagram, you have to immediately write the equation for the force and moment balance. Maybe possible that some of the equation will not give any result, but doesn't matter. The horizontal force balance will give that AX will not exist. Okay, that is fine. Similarly, vertical force balance will give us that there is no any other vertical force except this reacting force. So it will also zero. Now the moment balance. Here, one point we must understand. I am applying a moment at C point. Suppose you would have a problem where you are applying a moment at point B. Does it make any difference in your equation? No, it will not make any difference in our equation. Why? Because this moment act on the entire body. So if I will write the equation for the moment balance, I can write that the MA, which is positive because I have assumed it clockwise, plus 20 is equal to 0, and MA will comes out minus 20 Newton meter, which will tell us whatever direction I have assumed is not correct. Actually the support is applying a moment, and the sense of the moment is what? This is clockwise, so actually it will be counterclockwise. So I can say that the MA will be 20 and the sense will be counterclockwise. Now I am not putting any sign here. So the reacting moment will be of magnitude 20 and counterclockwise. I hope that with these three examples, you have some understanding that how to write the equation. This is our fourth problem, but this is not actually a problem. I want to show you something new. Here I have added a pulley, and let's assume that the weight of the pulley is W. And we have to write the equation to get the reaction at this point A. Let this is point A and this is point B. So what would be your equation? And here we must understand that in this system we are having two components. One is this bar, second one is the pulley. So we have to make free body diagram for both the components. When I am separating point B, now the point B will be on the bar as well as on the pulley. So here if I am applying some action reaction, we must consider that whatever force we are applying on the pulley, the equal and opposite will act here. If we are deciding the direction on the pulley, that is random. We can take any direction when we are making the free body diagram of the pulley, but once we will fix the direction, we cannot again make a random choice when we are making the forces at point B, that is the counterpoint of the pulley. So let's start the free body diagram of the pulley. First I will make this force, this is mg acting downward, so equal magnitude tension will act here. So this will again mg, weight which is acting downward, so let this is wp. Now the reacting force, so the reacting force will be what? The reacting force, I can assume any direction. Let this is my bx and this is my by. As I have decided bx and by here, the equal and opposite will act here. So this will be my by upward and this will be my bx. This is my fixed joint. I am removing my fixed joint. So conventionally I will put three forces, ax, ay and ma. So these two are my free body diagrams, and once I have free body diagram, I can write the equation for force balance and I can calculate the unknown. I'm not doing it here, but if you are interested, you can write force balance for this, force balance for this, and you will get some equations. Then you can calculate the unknown values. After this, this is another problem which is already asked in the gate examination. And what is new here? So far we have seen only the fixed joint. Now we have introduced the pin joint. So in this problem, what is asked? You have to find the moment at point A. We have to find the moment at this fixed joint, and here also we are having two bodies, one this bar, another this bar. So we can make two free body diagrams, and based on these two free body diagrams we can write equations. So let's start. Let's make the first free body diagram of my bar AB and the second free body diagram of my bar BC. In case of first bar, this is your fixed joint, so conventionally you can put three forces. This is your AY, this is your AX, and a moment which is unknown, MA. This is your pin joint, and similarly to the previous problem, we are just splitting the B joint. So if I am assuming a force BY downward here, and suppose BX horizontal force, equal and opposite will act here. So this will be my By, and equal and opposite to this is Bx. An external force P is acting here. For C, again this is a pin joint, so I can take any direction of my force at C. So this is the free body diagram. Now I have two free body diagram and I can write equation for both the free body diagram. I can start with any of the free body diagram, but I would prefer the second one because P is known to us, M is not known to us. So once we will solve this lower free body diagram, we will get some value which we can put in the second free body diagram. So let's write the equation for this diagram. Horizontal force balance, horizontal minus Bx plus Cx is equal to 0. So I will get that Bx is equal to Cx, but I am not able to get the magnitude. When I will make the vertical force balance, By and Cy acting upward. So By plus Cy is equal to downward force P. Here also I am not getting any magnitude, so let's write the moment balance equation. I can apply the moment balance at point B or at point C or any other point. Let's do it for point B. If I will write the moment balance at point B, Bx will be 0, By 0. Similarly, the Cx, the line of action of Cx is also passing from this point. So no effect of Cx, only two forces, Cy and P. So Cy into distance L. Now what is the sense? Clockwise, counterclockwise. Let's make a small figure. This is my pin joint and this is Cy. So the whole body is going to rotate in the counterclockwise sense, so it will be negative. Similarly, when I am applying a downward force, the system will rotate in the clockwise sense. So I will put some plus P into L by 2 is equal to 0. It will give me Cy is equal to what? Cy is equal to P by 2. Here, as the load is acting symmetrically about point B and C, I can gauge directly that these two reactions will be half of the loading because equal distribution of load. So I can directly write it would be P by 2, and as this is P by 2, I will put Cy P by 2 here. I will get B by 2 also. P by 2 means both the loads are reacting loads are P by 2, P by 2. Now in this problem, if you will see carefully, there is no horizontal force, and as there is no horizontal force, these two reactions will actually be zero. After solving the first free body diagram, let's write the equation for the second. In this, I know that this is 0. So if I will do the horizontal force balance, I know Ax plus Bx is equal to 0, but actually Bx is 0, which give me Ax is also 0. In vertical force balance, By is acting downward and it is what? P by 2. No other vertical force, so it will be 0. So my Ay is coming out P by 2. And now the moment balance. I can take moment balance here or here. Let's do it for A. So Ax 0, Ay 0, Bx 0, only By into L distance and the Ma. And By is acting downward, so it will give a clockwise sense moment, so this will be positive. So I know that By into L positive. I have assumed Ma counterclockwise, so I will put minus Ma is equal to 0. When I will solve it, I will get that Ma is coming out PL by 2, and the sense of this will be positive. That means whatever direction I have assumed is correct. So my answer will be what? Counterclockwise moment of magnitude. After solving this problem, let's solve our next problem, which is last problem of this session. And if you are interested to practice more problem, you can see the link given in the description and solve more problem. So in this case, we are having three bodies, body 1, 2 and 3. So we can get three free body diagram, and based on all the three free body diagram, we can find the different equations. Here I am going to just make the free body diagram, and for numerical you can see my other video where you will get the complete numerical solve. So let's make the free body diagram. We will start with the pulley. Then we are having the second bar, which is BC, and I am having the third. This is the bend bar AE. This is joint D, which is a pin joint. So D will be here in this and here. So let's start with the reacting force directly. So this is my dx and dy. I don't know the exact direction. I have assumed these two direction, but when I am making the same forces on the counterpart, the force will be equal in opposite. So I will make it dx and dy. Again come back to the pulley. This is 500, so here the tension that would be of 500 magnitude. So one force here will act in the left direction of 500. Here I am having the force of 500 and the weight which is acting in the downward direction. So this is my first free body diagram which will give me the value of dx and dy. Second free body diagram here. So this is my C point and this is my B point, which is a fixed joint. So as I am removing the fixed joint, I will apply three forces: Dy, Ex and M. C point, I have to assume two forces. So this is my Cy and Cx. C point is also here, which is a counterpoint. So equal and opposite reaction. So my Cx, Cy will become downward and Cx will become left. Here the point E, which is equivalent to this point, so I am having a tension T here, so I will put a tension T here. This is my pin joint A, so two forces AY and AX. So now we have three free body diagrams. We can solve the problem to get the unknown. Here I just cut. Here I would like to mention, in this problem I have assumed B as a fixed joint. I have taken it intentionally to demonstrate different types of joint in a single problem, but actually if you are going to consider a fixed joint and a pin joint, and when you will write the equations you will get more unknown, less equation. And why it is happening? Because the given system is not statically determined system. This statically determined and undetermined system we normally study in civil engineering. For mechanical engineers, we follow the statically determined systems. So here, please remember that if you want to solve problem by considering the numerical values, don't consider B as a fixed joint, assume it as a pin joint and ignore this moment MB. Then only you will get the answers. Otherwise, when you will see, the number of unknowns will be more than the number of equations. With this, I am closing my today's session, and again I request do more and more practice so that your concept will become more clear to you and you will be able to attempt problems in the GATE examination. When I will meet you next time, we'll start our first session, that is plane stress and strain. So thank you for the